Middle stump knocked out of the ground, and with that comprehensive seal of approval, India have won the series 4-1, 42-run victory. Mukesh Kumar, the star, 4 for 22. But the real star was Shivam Dube. Bowled his entire quota of overs. Is it for the first time that he's ever bowled his full quota of overs?
I don't know about first time, but definitely first time in a long time.
Yeah.
First time in a long time. I remember him completing his quota of overs against Bangladesh in that T20 series way back in 2019.
2019.
When Deepak Chahar took that 6 for 7.
6 for 7.
That's 5 years.
That's
Yeah,
5
that's
years
5
ago.
years,
Oh, okay.
And I think not in the IPL also.
No.
I haven't seen bowl him much in the IPL.
Nope.
See, last 2-3 years, the impact player rule has kind of hampered him.
Yeah.
But even prior to that, it's not like he was getting a lot of bowling, whether it be for CSK or even prior to that for RR, RCB and the likes. He wasn't bowling much.
2 for 25, and you knew that the forces were with India because of that one freak run out of Sikandar Raza. I mean, what could you do? The throw apparently seemed to have missed, but then it brushed the stumps so slightly that the bails came off in slow motion like that. So you have to really feel for Sikandar Raza at this point in time, because he was struggling though. I don't think he would have made much of a difference. Maybe instead of 42, they would have lost by about 12 or 15 runs in that sense. But yeah, 42 runs, Zimbabwe only themselves to blame. Whenever that one win that happened, it was because India's batsmen imploded.
Yes.
But there are two positives today if you have to look at it. One was Sanju's batting, and second, all-rounder Shivam Dube.
Oh, yes.
26 of 12, 2 for 25. Yeah, he may be slow in the field, he may be not running that much, but then
If
you
he's
think
giving
today,
overs, then he's
today
old.
was it a glimpse that maybe if he's used in the future far often, Shivam Dube gets 4 overs, plays that kind of a knock, back up to Hardik Pandya in the near future?
No, then if he can bowl you even 2 overs on average, then he's in a backup. He's playing. Then he's playing. Then him and Hardik are the combined 3rd, 4th seamer. Then Hardik will bowl 3 overs and he might bowl a couple. And then other than that also, it's not like you don't have all-rounders. So I think he's cementing himself more often than not by actually putting in bowling performances like this. And yeah, I know people will say it's only Zimbabwe, which is correct. But if he hadn't performed, then we'd have been saying, oh, he can't even perform against Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So let's give the devil his due. He had a good showing here. It was very good. He bowled 4 overs. Incidentally, the only Indian bowler to have completed his quota.
Exactly.
Shivam Dube.
Yeah.
Shivam Dube,
One
more
of
than
the-
Tushar Deshpande, more than Ravi Bishnoi, more than Mukesh Kumar, who took 4 for 22.
Yes.
He's the only guy who's bowled 2 for 25 today.
One of the things that I am excited about for this Indian cricket team is that let's assume that Shivam Dube continues to bowl in those consistent matches now, starting from the Sri Lanka series. And let's also assume that Abhishek Sharma, is a regular feature in the 11. So you'll have almost as many as 8 bowling options.
It's a rarity that you see an Indian team have
Yes.
these many bowling options.
You had a
These
number
many
8
bowling
issue,
options.
now you've got 8 bowling options
Yeah.
in that sense. You had a number 8 when it came to batting, but now see, today Shivam Dube, if you look at it, when it came to the death overs, yes, helped by Ngarwa bowling those slot balls, he hit a 4 and a 6, but that 6 was huge. We know that he can do that. He's done it in the IPL very consistently. With the ball, yes, that one delivery that he got, it came back in. He was not bowling cutters or anything. Normal seam-up delivery which came back in, and I think Dion Mayers, was cramped for room and he gave a catch to Shubman Gill. I think from that point in time, when Mayers fell, they lost the momentum. I mean, look at it. They lost 3 wickets for 11 runs, 9 runs. The chase was gone at that point in time. So Shivam Dube, clutch situation towards the middle overs, he did give a breakthrough, and that's why, man, today I think it would be a perfect day for Shivam Dube, the all-rounder.
Yeah.
Not Shivam Dube, the batter, not Shivam Dube, just the bowler. Yes, there is one area that he needs to really work on, it's his fielding.
I doubt he's going to be able to work much on that. 30 years old. And see, the thing is, with his fielding, yeah, sure, he can maybe work on his catching.
Yeah.
But he'll always be a bit of a lumbering presence in the field, and that's something you can't help. Yeah, if he can work on his catching, it'll be much better.
Yeah.
Because his catching has been a bit of an issue.
Because let us make no mistake about it, if Hardik Pandya was there, his fielding was very safe.
Yeah.
Be it outfield or infield, Hardik Pandya's
Outfield, infield, catching, Hardik Pandya is a solid fielder.
solid fielder. That's not the case with Shivam Dube. You look at your bowling all-rounders, even a Jadeja,
Nitish Reddy.
Nitish
Like a
Reddy.
gun fielder.
Akshar Patel also.
Yeah, he's a very safe catcher, can affect runouts. He's a pretty good fielder.
Exactly. So, among all the bowling all-rounders that we have given you, their one major asset is their fielding is very good.
And by the way, talking about bowling all-rounders, Riyan Parag didn't bowl an over today.
Oh yeah.
He was your 7th option.
2 runs, none for 5, 22 out of 24. As we have mentioned at the start, and I think this series is kind of a missed opportunity for Riyan Parag.
Yes, yes.
Didn't help in the fact that, okay, most of the times India's batters would notch up good scores. I mean, in the 4th T20I, for example, a 10-wicket mauling, that you couldn't help it. India also won by 23 runs, 100 runs and all that, second, third. He didn't capitalize on the chances that was given to him.
I think he got only 2 chances to
Yeah,
bat. There was no chance in the second T20. He didn't play the third T20
And the 4th.
and the 4th T20 too.
He played first and last game, but today was a perfect day for him to get a quick fire 30 or a mature 40.
Yeah.
Could have done either, did neither.
But I think performances in this series also for 2 players has still left us and even for them also a lot of questions rather than the answers that we probably would have got, and even for the likes of Gaikwad and Samson. So see, Gaikwad at first he batted at number 3 when Jaiswal was not here in the first 2 T20s, and then when Jaiswal came he basically batted at number 4. He's got those 50 plus scores, did well throughout the series, was rested for this match. Yet, going ahead for the Sri Lanka series, there is no guarantee that he might be a part of the 11, let alone 15 also.
11
for
is
that
not a
match.
chance. I think at this point what he's done, and this is where he's very clever, Gaikwad, is that he's shown that by batting in the middle order, he can actually be that one backup batter, because you need someone. If nowadays you're going to go all-rounder heavy for the shortest form for T20s, you may not have too many specialist batters as the remaining 4. But the advantage he has is that he's proven that he can not only open but also bat well in the middle order if need be. So he could very easily be that 12th person, very easily. And if someone gets injured, well, Ruturaj Gaikwad is there to slot that hole in.
But the point here is that if you do not have a fixed batting position, and this is something that has happened with the likes of Rohit Sharma also very early in his career, that he did not have a fixed batting position and he was rotated all around. And from 2007 until 2013 Champions Trophy, he did not really had that clarity, or even fans also did not have the confidence that whether he would have a successful career for India.
But I think
this is probably that one I would say a point which I feel is a little difficult to not just understand but even difficult to deliberate on also for someone like a Gaikwad and even Sanju Samson also, because he scored that 50, he's done well, that's absolutely fine, but where does this leave him? Because that still does not guarantee him a place in the 11, and you don't know.
See, so that's the thing. From 2013 to now, times have changed a lot.
Absolutely.
I think nowadays a lot of players are being realistic and saying that we may not always be a part of the 11. First target should be among the 15. After that, we'll try and slug it out for a spot in the 11. Because now the talent pool has exploded. Thanks to the IPL, a Gaikwad is someone who, if he had come in the mid 2000s, would have been persisted with the way Rohit Sharma was. But because he's gotten injured at inopportune times, and because quite frankly there's so many players for his slot, it's impossible to just say, okay, no, Ruturaj, whatever happens, we're going to stick with it. And to the team's credit, they actually have. When he has been available, he's been named in squads and been given game time, if not injured. So I think right now, see, that the goalposts have shifted. So he may not be able to have that sort of a career, but that's totally okay, because there's just so many talented cricketers now. There's going to be few that fall by or who will not probably get those many opportunities. What he's done is he's done everything that he could. So he's in a very good position. Another player who I think you're talking about more questions and answers, Shubman Gill. The captain of this series, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. Of course, the thing is that I remember we were having that discussion saying who will India's 2 openers be, and I edged towards Abhishek Sharma. But for this reason, if I'm going to get 13 or 14, I'd rather go for an Abhishek who was going 14 of 11 and who got out playing an attacking shot. The problem with Gill now is that his batting seems a little behind the times, not only thanks to a Yashasvi Jaiswal, but even an Abhishek Sharma. So it just seems a little behind the curve. As with openers now, you are used to only seeing them get quick fire 30s, 40s. Gill is, dare I say, a modern version of Virat Kohli, a modern day Kohli, in the sense that he's also that person who will get you big runs. But do you want or need big runs in T20s from your opener? No.
Which brings me back to the question. Has Sanju Samson done enough to be slotted in as the opener alongside Jaiswal
No.
in the Sri Lanka series?
No.
Why aren't we looking at him as an opener?
I'll tell you. For now, let's address each and everything. Okay.
Okay.
First, the situation with Shubman Gill.
Yeah.
Jaiswal is a sure shot. That's what.
Jaiswal
That's
is a
confirmed.
sure shot,
Yeah.
okay.
So he's a sure shot opener. Okay.
With Shubman Gill, okay, you've seen in the entire series that the entire criticism has come about that he's playing very tuk. That's one criticism that's coming his way, okay? He may have had 250s, but that still doesn't ensure the fact that, okay, he makes it into the T20 setup. You look at the IPL, what's happened, he got dropped from the T20Is, his IPL standard went down, unfortunately, by his thing. 2023 it was 890 and average of over 50 with a strike rate of 160. So that's one. With Shubman Gill now, do you want an accumulator right at the top? That's
The
one
only
question.
space for an accumulator in T20 is the opening slot.
But in today's day and
Nowadays.
age,
Not actually.
but even now, I think that template is broken. You look at the two finalists of this year's IPL and they were driven by their openers. But what were their openers doing? Slam bang out, slam bang out.
But the T20 World Cup broke the IPL template.
Yeah, but T20
Yeah.
World Cup was played in terrible conditions. I'm sorry to say. There's a reason why the ICC is having a reshuffle among their members and top officials are quitting.
Although
It's
just-
because they know it throws a shambolic show.
Although it was only for the US conditions. I think more for the West Indies.
Yeah, for West Indies, you got what you expected.
Yeah.
But in the USA, particularly New York, it was
That was an
disastrous.
aberration.
It was.
It was an aberration. So if you look at the overall picture, take those three away and look at 5 and 6 other games. The opening combination, we look at Rohit, if he went bang bang, Virat would accumulate.
But again, Rohit went bang bang in one match where you probably got the best, two matches where you got the best conditions.
Yeah.
That is very much what you're looking at as the default. Yes, if it's tough conditions, you fully well expect that they might settle it. But the default expectation, plan A, is if you're an opener, you have to make use of the power play. Anything you get beyond that is a bonus. Gill at this point is playing on the power play. Wasn't that what we criticized the KL Rahul for?
Yeah. You see, 40 for 3 in 5 overs. Okay. Gill,
That's still a strike.
a run rate of 8.
Yeah.
It is a very 50-50 thing. 8 in the power play is a very 50-50 thing because you haven't spoiled by the IPL. Okay. For Shubman Gill, if you look at it, see, the next T20 World Cup is going to be held in India and Sri Lanka, where you're going to get flatter conditions.
Yes.
Looking at Gill's pedigree in the past, he's thrived on flatter wickets. Maybe in these kind of condition based, where in Harare, every single time the new ball has done something. Here, you could see some obvious defects with extra bounce and zip. The likes of what Muzarabani and Ngarwa exploited in all the games. So, Shubman Gill, there is a problem about that. Now, Rituraj Gaikwad, you said, you gave the Rohit Sharma example, right?
Yeah.
But Rituraj already has, I think, has been told, or he might be having a foresight that yes, I might be a middle order option.
Because he was batting in the middle order
for
even in the
CSK.
IPL.
For CSK.
He was batting at number 3.
Yeah.
That is middle.
Yeah.
You're looking at a number 3 only. Because number 4 is Surya Kumar Yadav.
But why are you looking at a number 3? You already have Rishabh Pant.
No, you know why? Because you might be looking at Ritu as a backup 3-4 for one simple reason. Who was your other backup for number 4 when Sky was there? Who was your backup? Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer may not be in line for a callback just yet. So you do need that backup option, and that backup option may very well double up as a backup opener as well.
Okay.
Given you may want extra additional all-rounders, you do have that option now. Now don't forget, this team has so many all-rounders. There's no Akshar Patel.
But then my point here is that Ruturaj Gaikwad batting at 4, was it more of a call by the management? Okay, the conditions in Zimbabwe are a little sluggish, so if we lose a couple of wickets early on, it's better to have a Gaikwad rather than a Riyan Parag.
No, that's true.
That's the point.
But I mean, it's very, very contingent on what it is told to them, and we haven't heard yet. But I don't think Gaikwad batting himself at number 3 in the IPL was a coincidence. He was preparing for
There are
something.
two things.
See, Gaikwad, let me just get the fact correct here that Gaikwad batted at number 3 in the IPL primarily because in some of the matches because Ajinkya Rahane was injured, and the best way that CSK would have made the use of Ajinkya Rahane was having him open the innings, play slam bang cricket, and even if he gets out, it's fine because in most of the matches he was replaced by Shivam Dube or a bowler as an impact player.
True.
So that was the reason of having Gaikwad at number 3.
But
You had
again,
Rachin.
and not just that, last year Rahane had his best season playing at 3.
Rachin was dropped for a few matches.
But still, then why didn't Gaikwad come open in all the games?
He didn't, and that's the thing. It's very telling. It's very telling that he was playing at 3.
So, with Gaikwad, he might be at number 4, but then for the India team, when most of the seniors in the core come back, he's not your number 4.
He's not even in the 11.
That's the point.
No.
Even 15 is tough. That is
15
the issue.
15 isn't that
because
tough.
Ajinkya, sorry, not Ajinkya Rahane, Abhishek Sharma makes the cut because he is bowled also consistently in this series.
Not a guarantee. Not a guarantee.
I think he's a guarantee.
No,
for 15.
no, because
Okay.
you've got an Akshar Patel.
So, okay, Yashasvi Jaiswal, okay, is you're there.
Yeah.
Surya Kumar Yadav is number 4, okay. You're looking, now with the seniors gone, you're looking at a Rinku Singh also slotting back in, along with a Hardik Pandya.
100%.
Okay?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, okay. Hardik is 5 or Rinku is 5, Hardik 6, in that sense, you.
That'll be
interchange.
flexible.
Flexible,
Right,
okay?
left, right, left.
Aksar is 7, okay. Number 1 is Yashasvi, 4, 5, 6, 7 are slotted.
4 is Surya Kumar Yadav,
Yeah.
5 is Dube, 6 is Hardik Pandya, 7 is Akshar Patel.
Akshar. Oh.
So,
Rinku 7 and Akshar is 8.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
All right. Okay, so you got Shivam and Hardik Pandya playing.
Okay.
With Akshar. So that's 3 bowling options there.
Yeah.
2 seamers, 1 spinner. You're done.
Yeah. Bumrah's Siraj
Bumrah,
slash
Siraj, Bumrah,
Arshdeep. Yeah.
And your 1 spinner will potentially be Kuldeep.
Kuldeep.
Yeah,
That's
You're
done.
done.
and replacement for Kuldeep you have.
Bishnoi?
Bishnoi.
Bishnoi as your
Exactly.
backup.
Yeah.
Okay, sorted.
So that's
Then
3
Now look at
remaining.
your backups. Your backups, if you have those 4 slots, if you have 3 all-rounders in the team, you'll want 1 backup all-rounder. That could potentially be a Washington Sundar.
Yes.
You'll need 1 backup spinner. That's
So
Bishnoi.
that's 12 and 13.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll need that's 12, 13. You'll need 1 backup seamer. That will be Siraj.
14.
Where's 15? 15 will be your 1 batter. Who is that? Rituraj Gaikwad.
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, so we haven't started on a number 2 and 3.
So which means that Sanju Samson is not even a part of the 15.
See, 3 could be Rishabh Pant, Sanju.
Actually, yeah, we missed out on a keeper.
Keepers.
Yeah.
Rishabh Pant is your number 3. Let's look at it, okay? Backup Sanju. So then it
And you need a wicket keeper replacement because that's a specialist role.
then it's a straight shootout between Gaikwad, Gill, and Abhishek Sharma.
And see, I think right now Gill is the incumbent for now.
Yeah. I don't see Rituraj fitting in because see, then you'll have to drop one of your all-rounders then. You'll have to either drop a Rinku.
And if one thing that has been established by India's template as far as the T20 World Cup is concerned, that they are going to go big on all round.
Yeah.
8.
So
8.
That's it.
4
Yeah.
to 15. 4 to 15 is all sorted. Because Pant, if he's 3, or it can be interchangeable in the batting order wherever
Yeah,
it's done, you need a Sanju. So 3, 15, it's done. Then it is 1 slot. It's either Abhishek, Rituraj, and Shubman.
And then it's most likely for now Shubman. But I think he's the person feeling the heat the most.
He will feel the heat the most. Yeah, because see, your captain, you'll come to know by next week who's the captain for the Sri Lanka tour.
definitely.
It'll mostly be Hardik Pandya. Mostly.
For T20s.
For T20Is. And for ODIs, it could be KL Rahul.
Most likely.
So, you're playing only 3 T20Is and 3 T20Is versus Bangladesh here. And then you're playing 3 T20Is versus 5 T20Is versus England. Before the Champions
And
Tour.
that's in January.
That's in Jan.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Sri Lanka series, let's see how many of the seniors make it and how many from Zimbabwe make it. Because Yashasvi, anyway, minus Zimbabwe was anyway a shoe-in for Sri Lanka. Shubman and Abhishek, now this will be a straight toss-up. If Pant doesn't make it to the ODIs and the T20Is, then Sanju gets another
Okay,
extended.
Washington Sundar is your player of the series.
Which doesn't surprise me. His bowling has been phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yeah. I mean, although I would have said that Mukesh had
But
more
Mukesh,
impact.
tested a couple of games.
Yeah.
Washington played all games, and even today, by the way, I think he bowled
2 overs, 1 for 7.
Exactly.
1 for 7, and I think he was the guy who broke that stand, if I'm not mistaken.
And his 2 overs were very important. I don't think he bowled as much because I think they already had so many other options.
Yeah.
But his 2 overs were good. That 1 wicket, lack of runs.
Exactly. So that is why your side is sorted. Now, who will come from Zimbabwe is the major question for the Sri Lanka series. I don't think Abhishek and Riyan Parag are making it to Sri Lanka.
I feel Abhishek is making it.
Let's say, I agree with Siddharth here, Vishwanathan that is. I don't see either of them making the cut. For Abhishek, if he has to, he's going to be displacing his Punjab mate.
He'll have to.
He has to.
Because Surya is back, Hardik is back. Rinku, I think he will play the Sri Lanka series also.
Definitely.
Because now they've looked past him, Aksar is back. Kuldeep might be back. Only thing is, Bumrah is not back, so maybe they may want to continue with the Mukesh.
I think Kuldeep will be rested. They might persist with Ravi Bishnoi because you want to preserve Kuldeep not just for the Bangladesh and New Zealand test, but for the BGT also.
Could very well rest him for ODIs.
Yeah.
Could rest him for ODIs, but unless...
spinners, they don't really workload manage as much.
And Kuldeep, the more he bowls, the more he gets into rhythm.
Yeah, his rhythm is very important.
That is the situation. So that is why the key takeaways from this series is that Shubman has not nailed himself down in the Indian cricket team despite 250s.
He's
T20s.
Yeah. For T20s, he's that one person who really looks shaky right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
Really shaky. And it's also pretty telling that it's very contingent on circumstances, because lest we forget, even in the side that won the World Cup, he was a travelling reserve.
He was a travelling reserve.
He
And on
wasn't in
top
the
of
50.
that, first series he's won 4-1. Okay, credit to him. He's got 250s. But everybody will say that strike rate's a problem despite, rather you may say, tough conditions in Harare.
The problem isn't so much strike rate. Strike rate, looking at it is one way. It's about what was the approach when he was there. I mean, you look at Abhishek, 2 matches he's had bad failures. I'm not even counting the duck. But 2 matches where he got a start, he did fall. But how did he get out? He was playing an attacking
big
shot. Yeah, that I'm okay with. Because I know it will come off some days and I know it will not come off some days. With Gill, it was a case of he had gone into his shell. It very much was, what I would see with a KL.
And the dismissal today of a short ball, he's normally good in the pull shot. He normally plays it well. Today he miscued it. And that's why he threw his wicket away at that point in time. So, some questions have to be there about Shubman Gill at this point in time.
And this is the biggest question mark. There's no two ways. Because if you're looking at it otherwise, see, the bowling for India is pretty sorted because it tells you everything you need to know, that none of these bowlers you can see potentially being part of. Because you've got Siraj, Arshdeep and Bumrah.
Yeah,
and don't forget, we're not even counting up Mohammad Shami. Because again, he's also going to be recovering.
But I think Shami...
He might not be preferred for T20s.
Yeah,
we always say that.
I think he might be
But it
for
happens.
ODIs. He'll be a bolter for... He's a ICC to ICC bolter.
Yeah.
He'll be needed for red ball cricket.
He'll be needed for sure for red ball cricket
And for
because
the
they'll want...
ICC
CT.
2027 World Cup also. Probably.
You think he's making it to 2027?
You never know.
Maybe not. I think
so.
No, even I...
Because Arshdeep has stepped up well. And Mohammad Siraj is
so is
also
Avesh
there.
Khan.
But again, amongst all of them, to have Shami slotted back in for 2027, that too, just having recovered from an ankle injury, sure, he can get back into rhythm immediately. That's Shami for you. But Shami 2027, how old he will be?
He's 34, 35?
He's
now?
33 at this point in time, 33,
37.
for a fast bowler.
Could be.
Shami, I will have to check because I think his injury woes might increase a lot more at
He's
this
33.
point. 33. So he'll be 36 by that time.
No, 37.
37. So that is why he will turn 34 now.
No, 36. So 36.
He'll turn 34 now. He'll turn 37 in 2027.
Yes,
so it's actually very touch and go for Shami. I don't think so. With Avesh, like you said, with Siraj who's there, with Arshdeep that is there, Bumrah that's there.
We're not even counting the players who were playing here, by the way. Mukesh Kumar, Tushar Deshpande, you've talked about Khalil, Harshit Rana who didn't get a shout. You have pace bowlers.
Harshit played one game.
No,
right?
he didn't.
No, he did not.
He didn't. He came on as a sub-fielder in one game, but he hasn't played.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was only there for the first 2 T20s.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why Mukesh might get a look in for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, because Mukesh tends to generally be that one backup who they keep across formats.
Yes.
Although I think he was also travelling reserve in this T20 World, or he's not picked at all.
He was not picked at all. But remember, last year in 2023, he made his debut across formats and was more often than not asked to take on some very difficult roles.
Yes,
it was.
yes.
So the key takeaway, so Shubman Gill form a concern. Maybe Rituraj Gaikwad can he cement his place in what position? That is not on form, position. Which position he's going to be in, or is he going to be in at all? Sanju Samson has yet again given us that yes, arey yaar, I'm still there. Like in that crowd, you say na, raising hand.
And he's done well. Okay, his glove work has been fairly solid.
Yeah.
He was.
Although he dropped one catch today, but that's no problem.
Yeah,
he
didn't
took
really-
4 good catches.
He took 4 good catches today. They were good catches he was taking. So I'll not hold that one drop catch against him. Even Pant.
Wait, not 4. How many catches did he take?
I think at least 3 to I remember.
Just go down. This is you're looking at India batting. I want to see catches. Samson 2. He took 2
catches,
but he dropped 1. So that is why if that much we can give a bit of leeway. Even Pant used to drop catches here in that sense. But actually, he continues, I think, after this tour to be the backup to Rishabh Pant.
Yep.
He'll only get a chance in Sri Lanka if Pant is not playing.
Correct.
So that is the key takeaway number 2. Key takeaway number 3, Mukesh might get a look in if you want to persist with the youngsters because Bumrah is not in.
Yeah, I think Arshdeep will be back.
Arshdeep and Siraj definitely are there. Whether you want a Mukesh in that, it remains to be seen.
And with Siraj, the thing is, he's yet to cement himself as a certainty in T20s.
Correct.
His
Yes.
form can be very hit or miss in this format.
Yep.
Very hit or miss.
But you know, looking at the India's future assignments in Test cricket, I'm going to rest Siraj for Sri
Oh,
Lanka.
yeah, 110%.
I'm going to rest him.
You will have to because
110% because you need him in Test cricket.
Yeah, you need him in
100%.
Australia. That's the point.
yeah. So Ashish Dhar Singh suggests Rituraj will succeed more as a test player than Shubman. So Pujara replacement can be him. Rituraj has better feet movement than Shubman. Shubman prefers playing.
That's very speculative. A, because Gaikwad doesn't play much red ball cricket domestically, and B, what are we basing it on? Eye test. Shubman has runs in Test cricket
Yeah.
against
And at number
tough
3
opposition.
also.
Yeah, so I don't think you're dropping him from there. Not a
Shubman
chance.
is actually becoming India's second inning specialist in Test cricket.
Yes, correct.
In all the games, he scored well in the
England.
second innings only.
Yes.
Yes. Sachin Kashyap is asking a question to you, Shane. Who's winning Euro, England or Spain?
I think it's coming home, but I'm probably in the minority there. Everyone in sports today is predicting Spain, and I can understand.
Although
why.
the bookmakers have given England the edge.
Bookmakers, their odds I don't.
50%, yeah, I don't know. There you are saying, I think
Also with England.
I think so because you know what? They have won a penalty shootout and that is, they have bucked the trend, they might buck this trend also.
That's it.
So there you are saying, I think the first T20I loss was because of law of averages. Thank God it didn't come one match earlier.
Well, the point.
Because
Then today would have been a decider. Oh, one match earlier was the final. How can I forget?
Exactly. Hope, Ashish there, hope triple delight for Shane, IPL, T20 and Euro 24.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen.
Could it be a quintuple? I think you had picked Alcaraz to win, right?
Yeah, I actually backed Alcaraz to win. So,
And Copa, you're picking Argentina.
Copa, I picked Argentina. I still think that is less certain because I think Colombia have been on a good run of
Los
form.
Cafeteros, 28 undefeated games.
Yeah, not just that, their talisman, James Rodriguez. The name is Bond, James Rodriguez.
James Rodriguez. Yeah, so that is why it is. What about Shivam Dube? Well, Akshay Krishna, we did have a.
We did mention him in the 11.
Yeah, we did. Sarat Chandra is, Alcaraz is killing it. Well, we will be back soon for what is happening with Wimbledon. But if Alcaraz is killing it, man, then we have officially come into the new era of tennis.
With Djokovic 2 years on the trot losing a final. Yeesh.
I think the Wimbledon's becoming the new US Open for Djokovic because he's lost the most finals in the US Open for him. So that's why. But by the way, Djokovic, all 10 times he's reached Australia, he's won. He's never lost in the final there. He's lost twice in the French Open. We need not guess against whom he's lost. So
Yeah.
So Akshay Krishna has a comment that what about
We-
Shivam?
Oh, yeah, he was in our 11. He was in our 11, not even 15.
Dube is going to get a long run for India in T20s. That's for sure that's happening because he's started to contribute in the other department also.
So GGK saying Gambhir won't even select sympathy Pant for SL squad. Sanju has sealed wickets.
First off, Gambhir doesn't pick and choose everyone off his own accord.
Yeah.
You have to remember, a head coach officially doesn't have any say. It is always picked by the selection committee.
Selection
So the
committee,
selectors,
coach, captain,
everyone.
everybody.
No, but again, the final call is with the selectors.
The selectors,
That is how it works. And secondly, why would he drop Pant? Pant was just coming off a squad.
World Cup winning thing and
Oh,
he
you
was
just
pretty
drop him?
good.
Huh?
He was pretty
Nonsense.
good in that. But
Nonsense.
GGK, as you know, he was ultra uber optimistic during
He's
the
a Sanju
T20
super
World
fan
Cup.
also.
Of course.
But there is too many left-hand batsmen.
That's absolutely
No, that's fine. If we come from an era where we only had 1 in 7,
Yes.
I'll take 4 in 8.
You have Yashasvi, you have Pant, you have Dube, you
Rinku,
have Rinku,
Akshar.
5. Not bad, yeah, 5 or
Kuldeep Yadav, if you want
Kuldeep,
to
6.
talk about the tail enders.
General retired.
Arshdeep also. 7 left-handers. Wow, I'll take left-handers win you ICC events.
That's
just
true.
ask Shikhar Dhawan, just ask anybody. UV? Gambhir.
Gambhir's won you 2.
Adam Gilchrist.
Adam Gilchrist, absolutely.
In fact, I think this segues nicely into Jayan Jha's question. Who will be first choice wicketkeeper? Sanju Pant. For now, Pant. Has to be.
Yeah, if Pant is fit, it is.
Unless Pant has a disastrous run in white ball cricket.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
See,
correct.
Pant has to be utilized as a batter in limited overs format. His real position is not in the middle order. He has to bat at either at
He is
number
number
3 or
3.
open the
He is
innings.
your number
Well,
3.
number 3 is where he slotted it, no?
Exactly. So that brings an end to men's cricket for 10 days.
Shivam
at
has
least.
something to say.
But Gigi is a big fan of Sanju.
Yeah.
But Gigi may be a fan of certain things, doesn't mean he can implement everything as per his wish.
Yeah, see, let's see.
Well, I'll be very interested to know, by the way, one quote of his has been going viral where he said no, that your best players should be playing all 3 formats. I'll believe that when I see
Pant
that.
plays all 3 formats.
No, he said it about others also.
Others also.
I refuse to believe that will happen. It's a BCCI thing, yeah. How is one head coach going to come and change it? Nonsense.
Gambhir can
No.
bluster. No,
He'll
Gambhir can
bluster.
bluster, but I don't.
I
think
don't
he
see
can.
it changing. I
A
don't see it.
Virat and a Sachin couldn't change it.
See,
Gambhir.
most of the core is going to remain the same only, unless there are any major injuries or someone gets out of form like horribly.
Yeah.
Then only you'll see some new players
Your
coming
prediction
in.
on Pant could be coming true
No,
otherwise
there is
also.
no prediction actually. There is no prediction.
So that is the thing. So men's cricket has ended in this. So 10 days now you'll have a break.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, women's cricket is coming.
Women's Asia Cup. India is going to face
Pakistan on
July 19th.
July 19th. Then today, now only one part of Super Sunday is done.
Oh, the major parts are coming. There's Wimbledon, there's Euros, there's Copa early in the morning.
So
There's a lot of stuff coming.
for the next 12 hours, it's massive sporting action.
It's
that's gonna happen.
Super Sunday
Spilling over
followed
into
by
Monday.
spilling over into Mayhem Monday.
Mayhem Monday indeed. So thank you so much folks for joining us. We'll be back with lots more from me, Siddharth Gulati and Shane Dyer says bye-bye and subscribe to Sports Today. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shabba Khair, Shubhratri and
Eat your vegetables.
don't trouble your mother because Ashwat's here, not here. Bye-bye.